It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity reporting to you from beautiful La Jolla shores. And I'd like to offer you this beautiful garden walkabout. We did do a seasonal maintenance here today, but I just did not have the bandwidth to shoot a video of what we were doing. I'm sorry, guys. But I did want to give you kind of like a grand reveal. I wanted to show you and just talk about with you what we did. Oh, and again, sorry yesterday about the Walkabout Wednesday video. Losing the audio on it. My battery died on my receiver. I'm so sorry about that. But here we have this magnificent Podocarpus storm cloud tree that can be seen from literal space. It's massive, but such a challenge. And this is a garden that we installed 3 or 4 years ago. You know, obviously I didn't install the storm cloud, but what do you plant under this thing, right? What do you do? I brought in some boulders, which, you know, great. And I tried some agave blue flames. I thought blue flame, because I didn't want anything pokey, because the Podocarpus, even though it's a super cool tree, it drops a crap ton of leaves. I mean, it's relentlessly dropping leaves. So I couldn't have cactus or anything pokey under there. I needed things that were fairly soft skinned. The problem with the blue flames is that they're not happy under here. See all that, those brown scarring right there? Right in here. All of them have that. It's like a bacterial or a fungal situation happening. They're stunted. They're pouting hardcore. They're just not happy. So today we moved 2 Portulacaria afra variegatas from the backyard and put them in here in the front. This one, I think this one was here. And we added this one and this one here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're right at the beach and people want to park here. So I'm going to move on through. And, okay, so we'll see how those Portulacaria do. You know, who knows. Our little barrels in here are quite pleased with life. They're not growing much, but they're not, you know, I mean, they're fine. They're healthy and they're happy. Everything else here looking good. We brought in a little extra Cali Gold rock and DG just to touch up. Check this out though. Holy mother of pearl. What is it, you may ask? I don't know. I thought I was getting an agave, I don't know, I thought it was maybe a Titanoda, but it might be an agave ferox. It's massive, guys, seriously. This thing has to be 4 feet tall by 6 feet across. Here it is next to a mature blue glow. So you can kind of get a sense of how massive this is. It's hilarious. It is so big. Thank God I planted it here and not somewhere in a tighter space. We did have a blue glow bloom out right here, so I brought in a sun glow. Those of you that are close to Waterwise Botanicals, Run Don't Walk, they are selling off all of their sun glows in 10-gallon cans for 65 bucks. This is a cool agave. I really, really like this one. All right, so moving along. Didn't really have to do much of anything over here at all. Just such a beautiful area. I love how wild and woolly this is. Then over here under the Podocarpus, as we walk up to the entry of their home, this has all been a challenge due to, you know, it's quite dark in here, and then again, all of the leaf drop is challenging. Most of the succulents that I planted in here didn't like it or do well, so a couple years ago I moved to more bromeliads. You know, like here's a little sedum. It's trying. And a little Portulacaria minima. But Hannah spent a lot of time in here working on fluffing this area up. The crassulas are doing are doing fairly well in here. The bromeliads, of course, are quite pleased. We added some more crassula today to the middle to kind of beef that up. And then here's all of our bromeliads. Looks really, really beautiful right now. Then here, we tried to grow succulents in this fountain and we were unsuccessful with mixed plants. Who knows why? Got too wet and it's too dark. I don't know. But a couple years ago, I put Senecio rowleyanus or string of pearls in here, and that's done really well. Kind of looks like water, right? Cute. Doing exactly what I'd hoped it would do. So I'm quite pleased with that. All right. Let's move on back. Here. They've got Diamondia growing here. It's been in for many, many years, and what tends to happen, and it's happening to them, is they're getting a lot of weeds, a lot of grass growing in the Diamondia. And when they try to pull it out, it does this. It just leaves, gaping holes. And in time, you end up with more gaping holes than Diamondia. So it can sometimes be a little bit tough to sustain this plant. Cute little corner here of Noblesse, which are getting ready to bloom. Then moving back to the back. They are trying to grow a lemon tree in here, but it's just not enough sun. I know it's getting a little bit right now, but this is a classic example of a pouting plant. Its needs are just not being met sufficiently, and so it's not dead, but it is also not thriving. This is all Ficus repens, very mature Ficus repens on the wall. Isn't that cool? So cool. And then we moved this big Baccarnia recurvata over here. I don't remember where it was. It was somewhere in this yard, but it looks so cool here. I'm really, really happy with that. And then we tightened up this tapestry area in here. This is an area that gets really good afternoon sun, and the plants are always quite pleased. The little agave potatorums and quichocons have thrived in this garden. So I brought in more little agaves that I got. You can get them in 10-inch pots at Oasis, which is where I got mine for this garden. And look at this blue elf. It's not a typical presentation. The leaves are very small and the color is extremely stressed and blue, but I kind of dig it. I like it. All right. And on back we go. Little sandbox for the grandkids. Love it. Okay, then this area here, this is a tough bed because we have a tremendous amount of root from this New Zealand Christmas tree, as well as the Ficus repens. So we try to just keep some little aloes going in here, which seems to work. Then over here, we tightened this bed up significantly too, moved some things around. This Dickia pot was over on the other side, and I really wanted to move the giant agave. I think this is the same one that we have out in the front yard. This plant here was over in that corner. I think it looks really, really good here, and hopefully it has enough room to grow nicely. We also distressed its roots pretty aggressively to slow it down. And we popped in a little bit of color. You can see the little color here. Yeah, this is added a little more rock, fluffed up the rock. Surprisingly, this Euphorbia trigona rubra has done very well here in La Jolla, right on the water. If any plant that I thought would maybe not work out, it would have been this one, and here we are. So it looks so awesome. It's so great. And remember this, guys? This this little bed with the aloe tree and all the barrel cactus that I did. Oh my gosh. In all the time that this has been here, this is one area I've had to do literally nothing. There's just nothing to do. It is so stinking cute. Just absolutely love that area. And then over by the pool, Kevin and Mel worked really hard over here. This, there was a lot of stuff in these pots, and they were very, very crowded. So we just took all the stuff out and just left the beautiful variegated crassulas in there. And you can see here is one of the little Kishokan agaves that's so happy. Also, we have the Mangave snow leopard, and I went ahead and brought one from my yard and tucked it in back in that corner, because again, I want to encourage what is working in here and repeat. The agave Gwengolia is also doing really, really well in this yard, which kind of surprised me. And then back here, we just have a couple of really pretty pots. I didn't have to do much. The agavoides loves this yard. That's what this pot is full of here. See, look at that. Isn't that crazy? Look how many. So beautiful. This millii pot with the Vera Higgins and the little donkey tails, I didn't do anything with that. I fluffed this pot up a little bit. This is Kalanchoe bayerensis. And then I added some Athona capensis and just a little bit of color in there. And then over here is our little Dracaena Draco tree that we planted, along with a little trio of barrels and our little Talavera cactus. This was struggle bussin', wasn't quite getting enough water, so we got that figured out. And I think our Draco will grow nicely now. But this, let's check this out. The client has a beautiful kitchen garden down here, just awash in vegetables, tomatoes and squash and who knows what. And then right there is the ocean. So I'd say the ocean is probably about half a mile as the bird flies from this property. Just really, really beautiful. And up there, you go up to the top where that seating is, you've got an insane view of the cove and La Jolla. It's really pretty. All right, so there you have it, guys. Tomorrow we are going to be in Santee doing a phase 2, and that'll take us through Friday and Saturday. Then Sunday we are on our way back up to the ranch. So again, apologies for yesterday's snafu with the audio, and thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.